Hello guys, in this video we are going to talk about design layout principles. So without wasting time, let's get into Photoshop and start right away. So we are basically going to talk about four layouts principles that will help you when designing to get clean and fast design. Okay, so the first layout principle we are going to talk about states that your text alignment should be on the left and your subject or image should be on the right. Okay, and before we even get into that, we have hierarchy of typography. And I hope you all know that we have heading, subheading, body, and conclusion. So with that in mind, let's start. And as we all know, before you start any design, there is a prompt or there is an information given to us by the client. So in this example, this is the information given to us by the client. The client wants a happy new month flyer, and this is the information provided by the client. So grouping this information, hello March will be the heading, happy new month will be the subheading, and this right here will be the body, and the social media handles will be our conclusion. So with this prompt, we are going to align it on the right and our subject on the left. Okay, so designing for a company like this, a music company, you have to get a subject or an image that talks about music or that portrays something music and in a happy mood. So I got an image of someone singing or someone holding a microphone with a happy mood, and that's what we are going to use today. So we are going to bring in our image right here and position it on the right. Yeah, the right. And our text alignment is going to be on the left. So our hello March is our body. Sorry, it's our heading. Our heading. So that will come first. So I'm going to break it so that we can expand it to get a very visible hello March. Okay, so this is how it's going to be, but you can see that there is a lot of space between the hello and the match, so we are going to close or reduce the space between the hello and the match. Yeah, I think this is better. So now we have our heading. So it's time to bring in our subheading. And our subheading is Happy New Month. So our subheading is going to be right under the heading. The new month. So you can see some purple lines popping up when designing. Those lines are to guide you with your alignment. Okay, so now we are done with the heading, the subheading. It's now time to bring in our body. Okay, so with the body, it's a very long text. So we can't just select the type tool and type or paste. It's going to take the entire screen. Like, it's going to take the entire screen. So what we are going to do is to select the type tool and draw a text box. So you hold down your left click and you draw a text box. Draw a text box to contain the information. So right now the text box is drawn. So you can now paste your body in there. You can see that it has been contained in the text box. So we are going to reduce the font. Okay, so now we have our body, and we are going to position our body right here. So what is left for us to do now is to bring in our conclusion. Okay, so we can go back for our conclusion right here. We copy our conclusion. We select the type tool and paste. So this is the first layout principle. This is the first layout principle. So you can see with just the text and the image, the flyer has already started taking shape. So we are not going to go deep into the design itself. This tutorial is for the layout principle. So after the layout principle, we will go ahead and work on the flyer, add colors, textures, and objects to make it more appealing. So this is the first layout principle. So let's look at the second layout principle. The second layout principle follows the same rule, but with that, the text arrangement is going to be on the right and the subject is going to be on the left. So to save time, I'm just going to move the text onto the next canvas. And I'm going to bring in our subject. So you can see that where the subject is facing, it's not the best. So to fix that, we are going to flip the subject to face inside the design, just like the first one. Okay, so to achieve that, if you are using a Windows machine, you are going to press, or you are going to click on Control T. That is for Control T is for transform. And if you are using a Mac, Command T, transform. Then you right click, scroll down and click on flip horizontal, and it's going to flip the image for us to get the results we want. And so this is basically the second layout principle. So you can see that when you follow this layout principles, your designs are going to be neat and they are going to be easy for you, the designer. So when you are done, you just add your colors and textures and you are good to go. So let's look at the third layout principle. With the third layout principle, your subject will be at the top and your text, or most of your text, not all, you can put some in other position, but most of your text is supposed to be beneath the subject. So subjects will be at the top. So let's move our subject right here, placing the top. Okay, so I will leave the image in the description if you want it to practice, you can download it from the description. Okay, so now our image is at top, but you can see that there are sharp edges to this image. So what you are going to do is to blend in the image. We are going to blend the image into the background. So to do that, we will select the image here, right, from the layers panel, right click, scroll down and click on rasterize layer. This is to convert the image into a smart object to enable us edit on it. And whatever color is the background you are working with, that is the color you are going to select over here. So you come here, you select your brush and you select the color of the background. So now here the background is white, so the color we are going to use is white. So with this, we are going to gently brush the edge of the subject until it blends into the design or into the background. Okay, so our subject has been blended into the background. So now the next thing we are going to do is to bring in our heading and subheading. Okay, so our heading and subheading is going to be here, and we are going to bring in our body. Yeah, you can see that the body is looking a little bit bulky, so we can select the text to and expand the text area to spread the body a little across. Okay, so I think this is fine. So we now have our body, our subheading and our heading. So it's left with our conclusion. And with the conclusion, as I said earlier, the arrangement has to be most of the text, not all of the text. So you can bring the conclusion down here if there is space. If there is no space and there are spaces elsewhere you can put your conclusion, nothing is going to stop you. It's up to you, the designer. So I think I'm going to put the conclusion right here, and you can see without colors and textures and everything, just the arrangement alone is making the design look good. Okay, so I think we are done with 3 layout principles. So the last layout principle states that the image is supposed to be at the bottom and the text on top. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so with that, we are going to bring our subject right here. We're going to bring our subject our subject is fine. Then we bring in our subheading and heading right above our subject. Okay, so it's time to bring in our body. So just as we did for the previous one, we are going to select the transform tool and the type tool and expand our text area. Yeah, so I think this is fine. Place our text right here. So you go in for our conclusion, and this time I'm going to put the conclusion right here. Yeah, so you can see that in all the four layout principle, the arrangement alone without colors makes the design look appealing. So if you follow this, you can design flyers in less than 30 minutes. Just after the layout, all you have to do is add your backgrounds, your textures, and you are good to go.